Podcast. I'm your co-host, Mia Smith, being joined by my other co-host, Lucas Hokel.
What up?
Our guests today are Ryan Rapert.
What's going on?
And Dillon McDuffie.
What's up?
Stay tuned and listen to the CatCast.
Yeah.
So, how you guys been these days? You know?
Pretty good. Pretty busy, just working on a bunch of different, doing some like ad work for like Union Furniture and stuff, not playing a sport this year. It's given me more opportunities to kind of do other things outside of it. So.
Dillon, how about you?
I've been peachy. I'm doing about just everything that Ryan just said there alongside him, whether I'm tag teaming or leading. That's yet to be determined, but pretty much everything he said.
Yeah. Speaking of being busy, you guys have a new movie coming out.
Yep.
Lucas, if you want to go ahead and talk about that for a little bit.
Okay, so first question is for Ryan.
Okay.
Who are your characters in that movie?
Okay, so first of all, the title of the movie is called See You Soon. It should be out in May. So my character is Bobby Fuller, or Robert Fuller, call him Bobby in the movie. And then his character is Teddy Lewis. They're best friends in high school, and we wanted to bring in that like stereotypical high school feel of the movie. There's gonna be some 80s like vibes, some 90s vibes, but it's set in the 2000s, and my character is your classic just like jock, always kind of getting in trouble at school, and then you got the classic best friend, the smart one, the one who keeps his head on straight.
Right.
And they kind of just go through some mental battles throughout the movie. I'm not gonna get too in depth because
he says smart one of the best friend. We made it clear in the movie that Bobby set that bar really low on being the smart one. So
that's true. No, for sure. Yeah, but I really like the development of both characters throughout the movie is just kind of the main goal to kind of just hopefully when people watch they see how much the characters grow throughout the movie. So
So Dillon, Ryan sort of talked about his take on the movie and the characters. What about you? What do you think of this?
Well, so me and Ryan decided that we wanted to do this because we wanted to do something, one, that was going to push us into making something that we were going to enjoy, but also we want to make something that like is real, because a lot of the stuff we've made in WiT Media, it's imagining something in a different sense, and that is this in a way, but we're also playing high schoolers as high schoolers in a movie written, directed, and produced by high schoolers. So, and that's something you don't see in movies.
A big thing, like I'm going to add on to that, is like, written, produced by high schoolers, but we're going to have adults. We got Underberg. He's gonna be the principal. He's the main antagonist essentially.
Yeah, we've got Ms. Bestian and Novak. They're both playing secretaries.
Oh man!
Yeah. So we've got quite a few adults, just playing in. So we wanted to add that, like, it's still a real movie feel to the, because yes, it's a WiT Media production, but we wanted to feel more of like a real movie.
We wanted to take a step towards the big picture. What we want to do.
Yeah. So.
That sounds great, actually. Sounds really good. So, I heard you guys talking about a premiere. Do you know when that might be?
So, movie should be done in May.
Yeah, May sometime.
We're going to want to premiere it in May, before school. I think school ends on is it the 25th this year? Or 23rd?
20-something.
20-something. So it'll be
It's the only time.
Early May.
It's the only year that I really should care about when it ends, but I have no idea.
Especially being a senior.
Yeah, when we get out early.
Yeah. Oh,
true.
Right. That actually makes it
early.
easier for us actually getting out early to work on it more and more, just to get so our finals are out of the way and stuff like that. So it'll probably be middle May, mid-May. Hopefully we're going to premiere at Fine Arts Center, hopefully.
Wow.
Hopefully.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. It'll be
Can't wait.
Cool. Yeah, it'll be fun.
All right, so another question for Ryan is, what are the motivations behind the production of this movie?
So a big thing for me personally, I don't know about Dillon, but like I'm wanting to go into digital media and stuff like that. So to be able to have this experience, because Premiere Pro is what we edit with,
right? And
so that's what the college uses. Missouri Baptist uses. A lot of colleges use that for digital media classes. So to kind of being able to edit a film like this, to kind of get that experience already, to get ready for college, has been pretty cool. And another thing that me and Dillon talked about is like, WiT Media classes have never made something this big.
Right,
They've never made a movie, and we're trying to perfect everything. We want the audio to sound like a movie. We want the picture to look like a movie. Like we've got so many cameras that we've never even used before.
Yeah, I've seen you guys around
Yeah.
here with these cameras. I've
Yeah.
never seen them.
So-
like
They
we've
look
taken
awesome.
we've taken over a month in just pre-production, figuring out what we want to do because we want to do this.
Yeah,
right.
we met
want
in,
to
like-
do this in a way that's
Yeah.
going to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we're gonna like White Rose is gonna be a big place for us in this movie, so we're gonna contact White Rose and hopefully we
Right.
get to use that for a couple shooting scenes, like scenes in there. So we want to use more than just the school, which is also again something
Right.
WiT Media's never done. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Those of you who don't know, Ryan was just talking about Mobap. He just recently committed, so shout out.
Yeah,
Shout
thank
out.
you. Yep,
Woohoo.
excited.
So I have a question for Dillon, actually. What made you decide to do this movie?
A lot of what we just said, like we just wanted to do something that was going to be at the next level.
Right.
Like, we had done a lot of the same stuff in WiT Media the first semester, and as we were winding down, we both heavily committed to big projects. He made our Murderville Christmas special, and I fully produced our Family Feud video. And
Right.
as we were editing those, we just realized that we don't want to fall back into just doing this
Right.
over and over and over again because I mean it's our last chance to do something like
Right.
this.
Yeah.
So-
Also, if you guys haven't watched those videos, go watch them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wildcat Broadcasting.
Broadcasting.
YouTube. Go
Yeah.
right
Yep.
now.
Yep.
Stop
Subscribe
listening
We're
to
trying to
this
get to
and go.
1,000 before the year's over.
Stop listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
Go right now.
We're almost at 800 subscribers. We're trying to get to 1,000 by the end
Wow.
of the year.
Heck yeah.
I
that's
didn't even
awesome.
know
We're like
that.
775 or
Yeah,
That
we're
is crazy.
like right there.
It's like trying to push it, so go subscribe.
Heck yeah.
So, yeah, I know. I heard you talk about Underberg, Novak, Bestien. Why them? Why pick them?
Well, I think for like the Novak and Bestien, Bestien has a background in, kind of acting because she did
Right.
like theater and stuff. So we thought about that. But I and Dillon are also pretty close to them as teachers, both had them. And like in Miss Novak's right now in comp, we're doing,
Yeah.
acting scenes. So she already likes that stuff. And they both read over our script before we
Right.
decided to make it final because we wanted English teachers and people who've done this kind of stuff to read
Yeah.
over and see like, is this going to be an interesting enough movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like not necessarily looking for what are my
Yeah.
grammatical mistakes.
Yeah.
We told them throw that out the window and just focus on the story aspect. Does it make sense? Does it stall? Does it run slow? Does it move too quick?
Right.
But the Underberg part, he gives off principal vibes already.
He
Yeah.
does. That's
Underberg.
for sure.
Yeah, so like
When we were writing our principal, I think we already had Underberg
yeah.
in mind. We
Yeah.
hadn't approached him yet, but there's a lot of like we rely on the 80s movies.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
Ferris Bueller's
That's
Day
a
Off.
good
I
movie.
think
That's a good one.
principal,
That's a
the
great
principal
movie.
in that one. That's
Oh,
kind of what we're
yeah,
basing
yeah.
Underberg, and like he fits that.
Yeah.
So
because I think that movie for both of us, at least for me, is
Yep.
that's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah,
I
me
watch
too.
that all
No,
the time.
definitely.
Yeah.
And that movie is just it's jam packed with everything that we're looking for.
Right.
yeah,
To
that
try to
high
make
school
our movie
vibe.
Yeah.
what
know,
it is.
Totally.
like and to be able to have like Underberg, who's like coached me the last 4 years, is like stuff like that. But he's gonna be like yelling at me like as a principal.
Yeah.
It's gonna be kind of fun.
Yeah. That'll be
And like
fun.
all the people that we've casted so far, everybody that we've talked to, like they're all bought in. Like they wanted their lines. Like
Yeah.
they wanted. We're even bringing like younger kids because we're doing like flashbacks of ourselves.
Oh,
We're doing
really?
like
So we've cast a lot within people that we know, but we've
Right.
also cast we have people cast in grades that we have no association with media, and
Yeah.
we just hey, you look like you could fit the part for
Yeah.
this.
Right.
Are you interested? We had them read for it, and like it was an actual audition.
Yeah,
Wow.
It worked well.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had a real audition and it went pretty well. We got a freshman to play like Dillon's character.
Yeah.
Reese is playing as me when I'm a
Yeah.
freshman. So like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be cool. Like I got my mom to come in. She's gonna play as
and
my
that-
mom. in the
That's been
movie.
one of the big things
So-
too. Is like it is our last year of actual high
Yep.
school, but it's something that we get to do with all the school, but we also get
Yep.
to involve our families.
Yeah.
Like,
That was
a
about
lot
to
of
ask
his
that.
family
Yeah.
is
Are you
involved with this.
involving-
I've got my younger siblings. I've got
Same.
my little cousin involved. Like
Yeah.
it's a whole ensemble.
And
Wow.
we're always looking for background characters. So if you're listening to this,
Yeah.
you guys can come to the library and ask
Yeah,
because
true
we are
that.
trying to get some background characters
Be
in.
there.
Yep.
So
I gotta ask this, and I know you said that he's fully invested, but can Underberg act like actually?
yeah. So I don't know if I should be saying this like on the podcast, but Underberg's actually a very sentimental person.
Oh, he's coming for you now. He
Yeah,
heard that
no,
from across
he's-
the.
He's
school.
very
I
sentimental.
agree with that.
No, I don't know if you
Yeah.
like you've been there in the football, like you've seen him like when you played football, like he does like. I've seen him cry a couple times. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, like
Wow.
when it's senior night and stuff, like he gets emotional. Like I've
That's
seen him.
crazy.
He has a soft spot.
Yeah,
for
when
this
I
song.
got hurt on the field, he was the one. Him and my dad carried me off, and like he was just like talking to me the most, and he's been like checking up on me. Like he's actually he'll be able to do it.
Wow.
And
He'll be able to do it.
he's got that sentimental side, but we also saw in stuff like at the beginning of the year they put out the Welcome Back Wildcats,
Yeah.
the Taylor Swift
The
video,
Taylor
and
Swift.
like
And he's in it.
he
Yeah.
100%. It was
awesome.
already shown, but that video showed even more that he can definitely bring the comedy side to
Well,
it, and
yeah.
he's great on camera.
And,
Yeah.
and yes,
100%.
and like that just shows another side of him because like
Right.
if you looked under, you not think he would run the Taylor Swift club,
Yeah.
but he does exactly. So like when you think about that, like
Yeah.
no, he's definitely gonna be all right.
Yeah,
he's
for
gonna be
sure,
good.
for
100%
sure.
for that.
Yeah, whether it was his idea or not, he's willing to commit to this,
Yeah.
and that's the biggest thing for
Yeah.
us.
So there's gonna be a question for both of you guys. So the question is what movies do you think this reflects and or could be similar to?
Okay, so we obviously just said Ferris Bueller's.
Yeah, that's the biggest one probably.
Yeah, that's the biggest one. If you were to ask me what my top 5 movies are, I'm not sure where I'd place it, but I know it would be on there. I've watched so many movies in it; they're constantly fluctuating on what I think of them. But that movie's always been a constant. One that goes on with it for me, same director, John Hughes, Breakfast Club.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Breakfast Club's a big one.
Very
Yeah, there's a lot of
much
breakfast.
same vibe.
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah,
There's a-
I,
there's a-
I got a shirt on right
There's
now
a
that
lot
says
of Breakfast Club
Yeah.
like vibes in this
Yeah.
movie. There's a
And-
bunch of like we were saying 80s.
Yeah,
vibes.
like what we
Yeah.
said with Underberg, and it's the same vibe with Ferris Bueller. Like
Yeah.
that principle in there, it's the same exact thing we're going for.
Yeah.
You guys
Sort
saying
of.
Ferris Bueller kind of reminds me of like an Ace Ventura kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. For me, it's not a movie, it's actually a show. Just like the high school aspect, me and Dillon kind of talked about it a little bit. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Riverdale.
Oh, that's
It's
Yeah.
on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously this movie's a little bit of a drama. It's not the kind of drama that Riverdale
No,
is,
no.
but the way they portray high school characters like Jughead Jones and Archie
Yeah.
Andrews, like that's
Yeah.
kind of like Bobby Fuller and Teddy Lewis. Like
Right.
Teddy's kind of that portrayal of Jughead, the smarter one, the
Right.
quieter one, and then
Right.
Archie's the most popular, kind of gets him a little more trouble.
The
But
extrovert.
for me, I think Riverdale is kind of one just because that movie or that show is set in the 2000s, but you get 80s vibes when you watch it. You really do because the way they dress, the way they act sometimes, like it's just,
Yeah.
Right.
I think Riverdale's a pretty
And
good
like
one.
our big thing on this when we were going in, we wanted to get audio done. We wanted to get it perfectly crisp, and part of that is our music, and our music choice has been heavily influenced by the other movies that we've
Yeah.
watched.
Absolutely.
One that I watched, and I brought the song up to him because only heard it because I watched Perks of Being a Wallflower, and at that movie they play
That's a great
Heroes by David Bowie, and I heard that song and I was like, okay, we've got to use this.
Yeah,
And
Heroes
I-
is like the
that's-
driving theme, like song of our movie.
like I don't know.
Can't have an 80s movie without 80s
No,
music.
that's what I'm
There's so
saying.
And
much-
so
there's a
yeah,
wide
so
variety
then
of music.
movies of just like
It'd be so weird to just have an 80s movie with like Travis Scott in the background.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, we're trying to like most of our songs are gonna have 80s songs, but a lot
Right.
like there'll be a couple scenes where like some 2000s songs will play, but they don't give off.
yeah, we're
You
going
know,
for
2000
like
vibe. Yeah.
yeah, we're
I get
going
it.
for movies that are not movies, music that's more timeless. Like it's gonna put you in a mindset, but it's also going to like
And like
Well,
a nostalgic.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
yeah. Because there's a couple montages within the movie of just showing the characters whether they're
Right.
happy or sad. There's a couple montages, and I think a big thing that you probably don't think about when you're watching the movie, but when you are making a movie, like the music impacts the scene
Yeah.
a lot more
I
than what you
agree.
think.
Someone watching his
The
thoughts and
how loud
feelings.
it's playing,
Yeah.
when it stops, most of all.
Yeah.
and sometimes even the lyrical parts, like sometimes like if you listen to certain lyrics,
Like we
it comes with the song or
Yeah.
with the scene. So
we
Yeah.
went over yesterday. We're playing a part in the song "Kickstart My Heart." We're
Yeah.
playing that in the opening
Right,
part of
right,
it,
yeah.
and we were reading over the lyrics and stuff, and just looking at it, and we didn't even realize when we listened to it over and
Yeah.
over. But there's a part where it's like says "cops running after me,"
spoiler.
and spoiler alert.
Uh-oh.
but
It's okay.
That might
doesn't give up too much.
yeah.
But no, yeah, that like we were writing on the paper just times and stuff, and we noticed that.
We've,
Right.
we've probably sent back and forth maybe 20 songs that
Yeah,
like,
no,
hey, we
yeah.
don't have to use this, but what do you think of this
Yeah,
one?
and we'll just
What do you
listen
think
to
of this
them.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you say music, like the suspense of it, how loud it is. It's almost like a scary movie when like the music's really loud and then it stops and like a jump scare happens. It's almost like that.
And it's like we're going for the nostalgia of this when we play the music, but I'm also like realizing that once we make this and I have these songs forever on here, like these songs are going to be more. So it's like also like what songs do I not want to ruin if this ends up turning out that? No, like I don't want to use my favorite song and then like this blows and I'm like, I can never listen to that again.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited. It's been pretty, actually the script writing was what I was most worried about. But Dillon knocked out a lot of the script writing. I did some of it, but he did a lot of it.
Yeah,
and like just the whole making the idea of the movie's been pretty. I mean, I think it's been pretty fun, pretty interesting, just to like make it our own.
It's been really easy, really smooth.
It has been because I mean we work together pretty easily too. So I mean communication's been pretty good. The people we're working with to act, everybody has their scenes. That's been going really well.
Yeah. For the people listening to this, you guys have no idea the work that they have put into this movie. Like coming into 6-hour sports media, 5th hours WiT Media, and they're like still in there writing the script, doing auditions with people that they see fit on the camera, and it's just the work and the time that has been put into this it's crazy to me.
Like we met over Christmas break too. We were like we've known, like we thought like we need to meet before we come back to school for the new semester so that we can hit the ground running and just go from like
and like the biggest thing, you have no idea how many papers we've hole punched making scripts. It's something that no one thinks about until you're doing it.
The hole punching has been
so many papers.
We've made at least how many scripts? 10? At least 10 scripts, at least.
Each
wow.
50-something pages
52
long.
pages,
So like,
holy cow.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work, but it's been enjoyable work.
All those scripts so that we can just leave ours laying around every
I leave mine in here every day.
So the last question that me and Lucas have for you is a joint question you both can answer. It is, how will this be different from other previous WiT Media projects? I know you've talked about that a little bit.
So like me and Dillon's like, we really wanted to make a movie in the first place. We knew that, but doing it now when we watch other videos, like sometimes when we'll sit in class or we'll watch a Christmas special or something like that, we realize that the videos are still creative in the past. They are, but they're all almost somewhat the same. So like he was saying at the end of last semester, he made Family Feud, I made Murderville, like, and then we kind of put our heads together and we're like, we could do a whole semester movie.
Those are both new and brand new ideas that WiT Media has done. But
and a lot of people like them.
Exactly.
Miss Novak was going crazy for Family Feud.
Yeah, and like the thing is we did those. I made the Murderville one in 4 days of filming and 2 days of editing. So when we really thought
Family
about
Feud took a much longer time, but that was not because it was taking a long time editing or shooting. And it was getting everybody there on the same day.
But like we put our heads together and we're like, okay, if we have from January to May to make a movie, if we did a Murderville,
that's gonna be
like if I did
the best that WiT Media's ever had.
Yeah, exactly. If I did a Murderville in 5 days and it turned out decent for what we had, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But if we have January, February, March, April, May, like 5 months to really make something special, I think we can do it. And so that's kind of 100%. That's kind of what we're in.
All right, we're gonna be playing a game.
Okay.
So, people who are listening, we have given them a paper of top 5 movies of 2023, and Ryan and Dillon have to guess their Rotten Tomato ranking, putting them 1 through 5 on which one is the best, which one is the worst.
Okay.
Yeah. So
these movies also consist of Oppenheimer, Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible, Killers of the Flower Moon, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and Barbie.
Some good ones.
Yeah, so they're good ones, but as much of movie nuts as we are,
we've
each only seen 2.
We've only seen 2, and I'm pretty sure is it these 2?
Yeah, it's the same 2.
It's the same 2, so we have no idea.
We have guesses because I see a lot of stuff from these other movies, but I've never sat down and watched them all the way through.
Right.
But I might. I'm definitely gonna watch Oppenheimer.
Do we want to try to like rank them high into?
You can do one at a time, or you can just go and do all. You guys don't have to have the same list.
Okay, so we'll start at 5 and we'll work our way down.
The one that I think is the lowest is Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning.
Okay, don't tell him yet. We'll tell him at the end. Okay.
I feel like the movie probably, I'm gonna say like 72, like Rotten Tomato ranking.
70%. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like 70 around there.
Okay.
Okay.
Good guess.
I feel like since these are all top movies of 2023, I feel like they're all going to be pretty high percentages, not much of a difference.
Right.
But I'm still going to go with the 5 slot of Mission Impossible.
Okay.
Just because I look at the actors of like Killers of the Flower Moon, like Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro. But I could also see Oppenheimer being. No, I'm going to go with Mission Impossible. I'm going to go like 83%.
Okay.
So
that's a good guess. Good guess.
So
okay. Moving on to the number 4.
Okay.
And also when we're done here, we'll tell you which ones are right and which ones are wrong.
Yeah.
And then
okay,
we'll tell you what the
so
percent is.
my number 4, it's hard because I've only seen 2, and I know that they're I know that they're heavily praised, but I also
True.
I'm gonna go with Barbie.
Really?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna go with Killers of the
I'm
Flower
about to
Moon.
say, bro. Like, I'm about to say.
Yeah,
Barbie.
I started thinking about my own opinions a little bit more. No,
Yeah.
I'm going Killers of the Flower Moon, and I'm gonna say probably right in that mid 80s, like 85 area.
Okay.
That's a good guess.
Yeah, this is gonna sound very like we're just copying each other, but I'm also gonna go number 4, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Okay.
Just because I remember seeing Oppenheimer like so many ads and like
Well,
people were
also
hyped about
Barbie was
to that.
going with
Oh,
it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
It's
I
also
mean,
a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
True.
yeah. So I'm gonna go Killers of the Flower Moon. I'm gonna go 88%.
Okay.
88%.
Not
All
a
right.
bad guess. Not a bad guess.
All right.
Not terrible.
So number 3, I am gonna go back to it. I'm gonna go Barbie here.
Okay. Wow.
I think that's probably right around like
I don't know.
90, 91.
That's a fair percentage.
That's pretty close.
That's a pretty good percentage.
Yeah.
For my number 3, I'm gonna go Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Ooh, they're changing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For number 3, I'm going.
Disagreeing.
Big change
Yeah.
up. Big change up.
Just because Barbie and Oppenheimer, I saw the most ads about, and I've seen the most like shorts, like
Right.
on YouTube or TikTok.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I'm gonna go with a percentage of like 90, 91.
Okay.
So
That was your third?
that was my 3rd.
Okay.
Number 2.
Number
Okay,
2.
so my
Number
number 2,
2.
I'm torn because I'm thinking about this in 2 different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know Oppenheimer has been like deemed like one of the best movies of the century so far.
So
Yeah.
what do you have left?
I
Spider-Man?
have Spider-Man and Oppenheimer.
Okay.
But I also think
I have
about
Oppenheimer
Spider-Man
and
in the
Barbie.
sense
That's what I
that it's the only one of these that was rated PG. So it's got the biggest audience out of all of them.
That's fair.
100%,
That's
yeah.
fair.
So
That's smart.
maybe
That's
that
smart.
maybe that gives it the edge.
You also got to think though, there
And it's
might
also-
have been critics too
Yeah.
that rated
Yeah.
this. That's
It's
how
also-
Rotten Tomatoes gets most of it.
Yeah.
too.
Right.
It's like
Right.
I'm gonna put Oppenheimer there just because
Okay.
even though I feel like it probably should be number 1, even though I haven't seen it.
Yeah, not a bad
Okay.
guess. Not a bad guess.
I'm gonna go Oppenheimer 2 somewhere around like 95.
Okay.
Ooh, good guess.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. So I got Oppenheimer and Barbie left.
That's tough. That is tough.
Barbie?
Right
Well,
there.
I
Barbenheimer back at it.
I know.
McDuffie
Like the
really
thing is
changed it
like
up.
I feel like I have to go Barbie 1 because I went there the first night it was showing.
It was
I went to the Washington one.
crazy.
I mean, you could tell us your one right now too.
Oh,
because
yeah.
you
Oh
only
well,
have
yeah.
to,
Okay, so yeah. So then I think Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is 1.
That's yeah.
And
What's your rating?
my rating? I gave Oppenheimer like a 94, 95.
You said
95.
95. Okay, and I don't think Across the Spider-Verse is that much
I was just
higher.
saying.
I'm gonna say like
No.
97.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
good guess.
Okay.
Okay, back to what I was saying. So like when I went to the Barbie premiere, like
It was
there was like
wild.
middle-aged old women wearing pink, and I was sitting there, and I'm sitting there. They got the big old gloves
The
on.
target audience.
I'm just
Heck
like,
yeah.
wow.
Were you in pink though?
I was not in pink. No, I did not wear pink. I know.
Should
I
not
thought
have been
about
there.
it. I thought about it, but
Well, then you can't judge them for it.
that's what I
Yeah.
know.
You
I'm
were
not
pink.
judging. It was just a little wild the amount of pink that I saw in there.
was
Like
crazy.
I
no
watched it
seats
at
open.
home for the first time when I
Yeah.
wore
Yeah.
pink.
Yeah, that's my bad. Should have
He's
wore
getting
pink.
into it.
So with that being said, I'm gonna go Oppenheimer 2 with a percentage of 95.
Okay.
What was my last rating? I don't remember what I said on the last.
You said like
91.
Okay,
said
yeah, I'm going
91.
95.
Okay.
And then Barbie is number 1 with like a 98.
Okay.
So
98.
All right, do you
dang.
guys want to know how you did?
Yeah, I'm
Actually,
ready to hear how
yeah,
bad
I'm
we
just
did.
gonna leave it.
Alright.
I'm just gonna
So
leave it.
we'll give you a second chance, but You guys didn't get
you-
a single
are
movie
you
right.
good? Are you-
A single one?
Are
You didn't
you-
get a single
No,
one
you
right.
did not.
Were
This
percentages
list- this
were
list-
percentages
You want me to
close?
Your
give you a
percentages
percent
were
range?
actually
You
close.
want me to give
Okay.
you a percent range? Number 2 is 95. So you guys are close there, but the
Yes.
range is 96 through 88.
All right.
Wow.
So
Yeah, that's
is
70
that-
you gave on.
Wait, so Mission Impossible isn't
Is that
five?
final? Is that your
Um,
final answer right there? Do you guys just want to YOLO and hear the answers?
Yeah,
Yeah, we might as well
let's
say
just-
we're not gonna get
Do
it
you guys
right.
not
Alright.
want another chance?
No,
Because you guys
because
didn't get a single one right.
I don't
But
care.
No,
Okay,
we're
okay.
already at
That's fine.
26
Okay,
minutes and we're kind of stretching it.
yeah, I'm not too worried about it either. So.
All right, here we go.
Let's do number 5
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
You guys are
Number
gonna be
5.
shocked.
It's gonna be Barbie.
At number 5, Barbie with an 88%
Barbie.
Rotten
Wow,
Tomato.
I gave my number 1.
Okay, I should have
Yeah.
gone with it at 4 because that
That's
was
with
closer.
88%.
Yeah, that's 88. That's
Jeez.
crazy.
Number
You know, I can
4,
see that though. I can see that.
Oppenheimer, 91%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mine
Yeah.
were flipped.
Wow.
Wow. My 1 was 5 and my 2 was 4.
Number 3 was Killers of the Flower Moon with a 93.
All right, I'm going to watch Mission Impossible as soon as I
Yeah,
can.
so
Number-
I'm watching this Mission Impossible
Number
movie.
2, Spider-Man Across
No
the Spider-Verse
way.
with 95%.
Mission Impossible was
And
No
then
way.
the winner was Mission Impossible
Wow.
with a 96.
96.
Okay, I like Tom Cruise. And
I
all,
love Tom Cruise.
But
I've seen Mission Impossible. It wasn't bad.
Listen, I love the Mission Impossibles, but what number Mission Impossible is this one?
I don't
How
know.
far can you
I
go?
think that's the most recent
I
one.
don't
like
know.
this,
Like,
and
like
it's,
how
it's
many
part
are there?
1 though. Like
Yeah.
that leaves a bad taste in my mouth, just the way Spider-Man did, even though I had that as my 1.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
wow.
was even like knowing the answers, I was still shocked. It was pretty crazy.
Well, that
Wow.
could also be because these are kids' movies and then
Yeah.
these are adult movies. The critics are old. Like
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
older
yeah.
people on
Yeah.
average.
It's See You Soon movie intro. Bobby Fuller, Ryan Rapert, and Teddy Lewis, Dillon McDuffie, creators of See You Soon, a WiT Media movie that represents Rapert, a scholar athlete who faces an injury that takes away his promised future as a college athlete, and McDuffie, who serves as his sidekick best friend. Will Rapert's reputation be restored, or will his future reflect his high school mishaps? I don't know.
So if you're watching this on YouTube, go check out CatCast. If you're on CatCast, go check out Wildcat Broadcasting on YouTube.